Hello, friends. Welcome to Nirpa's Talk Show. Today, I have very special guest, Mariamma Charles from Mumbai. She work in a renowned pharmaceutical company as a project manager and associated with many other knowledge initiatives and communications group and empowering the society at a large. Uh, Along with her professional engagement, she is also associated with many other cultural activities, and she herself is a Bharatanatyam dancer. I'm very glad that she has accepted my invitation today and ready to share her experience and thoughts with all of you. Hello, Mariappa. Welcome to Nipa's Talk Show.
Hi Nipa, thank you for inviting me to your show.
Thank you.
I'm glad and excited to be part of it.
Yeah, thank you, Mariappa. Uh, Basically, uh, without making further delay, let us discuss about your project management skills. Right. Basically, I thought that if we share some of this project management skills, which is very demanding today, that will help our youth and emerging leaders, right? So I want to understand this project management skills, how it play very crucial role as far as effective and efficient project delivery is concerned. As far as my knowledge goes, because this skills is one of the key component which helps overall business growth to succeed, right? So
Yes.
from your experience point of view, what do you think? What is this project management all about and why it is so effective or significant today?
Yes, definitely. So to start with, Ripa, let me just frankly tell you that I am also a new person in project management. I have just completed 1 year, but I have also completed my PMP project management professional certification. But in this 1 year of journey and whatever previous experiences I had, I know one thing that in order to deliver a project effectively and in a planned manner, you need a project manager. He is the heart and soul of any project.
Correct.
And if you ask me what are the skills that are required, if you go on Google and search, you will find there are a number of skills that a project manager needs, whether it is good communication skills, good negotiation skills, excellent leadership skills. All these skills are very, very important to drive any project to a successful strategy, what is planned to be. However, what I feel is ABC. Something is very important for you to drive the project effectively. A would be adaptability. If you are adaptable as a project manager in every situation, every circumstances, and while dealing with any of the stakeholders according to his or her nature, if you are adaptable, then you can be a successful project manager anyhow. The B would be building commitment within the team, which I feel is very, very core and very important for you to build within the team a commitment within them to drive the project successfully. So that is your core responsibility and skill that you need to develop over the period of time. And C would be, of course, communication skills. The interpersonal and communication skills is so very important for you to develop not only within yourself but also build in within your team. So these three techniques, the three skills, A, B, C, adaptability, building commitment, and C will be communication skills, are I feel are the core skills that any project manager needs to have to successfully deliver any kind of a project in any field.
Yeah, well said. I think ABC should be people should remember, right? Adaptability and then building the relationship and then communications. I think this
Yeah.
ways. But I have also one thing in mind, right? Looking this complex nature of projects, and then of course, somebody said in 21st century, one of the great challenges to handling the people. Uh,
Hmm.
then in considering such a situations, probably do you think apart from this ABC, any other further skills will require? Because every people will be from different backgrounds and to meet
Hmm.
expectations and cultural and mindset changes are always exist in the organizations. And then of course the governance and politics is also play some roles. So what do you think?
With respect to governance and politics, I won't like to comment on that because that is something situation based.
True.
But what I feel as a project manager, it is your responsibility. When you're starting any project, you need to give the scope. Why exactly are you starting this project?
Yeah.
The definition of why needs to be built in within the team very effectively. So that is your responsibility, the scope. And next, of course, is time. How much time is your project going to take? When is it going to start? When is it going to end? That definition needs to be built in within your team very effectively.
Yeah.
And last but not the least is the costing. How much is your budget? What is the costing? What is the profit going to create your project? These three aspects, the scope, the cost, the budget, and the timing, is something which is very important for you to deliver and communicate with your team effectively. So, apart from these skills which I mentioned earlier, the definition of these three aspects, scope, time, and budget, is something you need to deliver and communicate effectively with your team. So, then you will be able to drive smoothly any project.
Yeah. I completely agree with you. The challenges are there, but as we evolve, I think things will be fall in place. What do you think?
Exactly. So challenges are something which sometimes you don't even expect them, but suddenly it will come in. Well, which is called a scope creep. You don't expect it to come, and suddenly it will come. Those are called challenges or scope creep, and then you face those hurdles. So that is where risk management comes in picture. So it is said that project managers are the most creative uh, people or professionals in the world, who need to actually identify the risk even before it actually occurs. So that is
Exactly.
mitigation. You need to identify what are the risks that are going to happen, and if you are not able to identify, you need to be a good problem solver. If at all that problem comes up which you didn't identified or mitigated earlier, then suddenly then you have to be a problem solver. You need to put your thinking hats and start building up the thoughts and processes with help of the team, of course, that how are you going to deliver it successfully and become a great problem solver and solve those issues.
Correct.
Because I have heard this, that if you feel that your project doesn't have any issues, no challenges, everything is smoothly going, Edward Murphy has rightly said, that if your project doesn't have any issues and it is going smoothly, that means you are not knowing your project. You don't know your project at all.
Exactly. Yeah.
Every project will have some risks and some challenges, for sure.
True.
The process is just to evolve and learn that process and deliver it successfully.
Yeah. I completely agree. I mean, the amount of clarity that you have given, I think it has helped me and help our viewers also. Let's move to the next level. See, in today's world, right, one of the uh, skills is, of course, the functional and technical skills, but also the another skills like project management, solution architecture, and so on and so,
Hmm.
becoming also very significant in the sense because there are someone needed who basically able to smoothly coordinate with across all the different specialists,
Hmm.
get the work done, something like project manager did, and then solution architect,
Right.
so on and so forth, right? So
Hmm.
generally, generalist skills are growing popularity nowadays, and also there is huge
Right.
demand because the complex of the projects, because of the variety of
Hmm.
business scenarios, and so on and so forth, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, in order to handle these complex scenarios, the general skills is the need of the hour. And what do you think
Hmm.
is industry trends about the generalist skills and how basically these skills, of course, the project manager and any other generalist skills can be built uh, or can be learned for each of these upcoming professionals.
See, what I feel is, Nipa, for specialized skills, you have invested your time and money, a lot of costing with respect to only specializing few one or two technical skills, especially. But a generalist is something who has actually dedicated his time and money into developing different skills in different niche. So that is wherein it comes in picture, which helps in various aspects of your life, wherein even if you're a specialist in one or two technical skills, if you have other skills like business communication and negotiation skills, so generalist is something, if you say will be successful in any field, any project. So if you are generalist, there is a term called specialized generalist, that you are having all the different skills from different areas, but you are also specialized in one or two technical aspects. That makes you a very, very specialized generalist. which I feel is very, very in demand in every field, any whether it is healthcare, telecom, finance, institution, everywhere. It is very important for you to be a specialized generalist.
Yeah, I agree. And do you think that generalist
Sorry.
do you think that generalist skills will be the growing demand in near future, right?
Exactly. Yes, yes. Over the period of time, generalist skills is something which will be uh, the demand, the ask of the industry, with whether it is any industry in the world.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so now let's go to again another topic. Probably, what are the challenges that you face so far while executing this project through your project management role?
Challenges, what I feel is mainly what I have experienced so far is team conflicts,
Right.
which I would say is number one challenge. Sometimes I come across a team wherein, there is one person who says, I'm not going to talk to that person. You better go and speak to that person and get the resolution for this particular problem. Or I'm not going to communicate and write an email. It is a said and done thing. Why should I be communicating? It's not my job. So team conflicts is something which is very important for you as a project manager to resolve, and this is the biggest challenge, because unless you solve that biggest issue of team conflict, it will be very challenging for you to execute the project successfully. So that is one thing. Second, maybe apart from team conflict, there can be issues wherein risks have come in scope in, and then there is budget restriction. Suddenly everything is going smooth, and suddenly the management will say we don't have a budget to go further. Then it will be a big issue. So these are few simple, not simple I would say, but challenges that suddenly can crop in, and you have to mitigate and find a way through how you're going to deliver it successfully.
Yeah, I think you rightly said that team conflict or conflict within the team members is one of the key area. Probably, but then over a period of time that once teams are little comfortable, probably things are a little fall in place, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. And in team conflict, lack of communication is also a very important challenge. Biggest challenge, I would say, miscommunication. You should be communicating it properly. It should not be Chinese whisper. You are trying to communicate one thing, and down the line, your team is understanding something else. So
Exactly.
miscommunication, a lack of communication is also a very big challenge, which we need to keep in mind when we are executing any project.
Yeah. And for during this project, short term of the project, you don't get the time to basically upskill the resources in terms of this communication and behavioral skills, right?
Right. So it is a challenge which we need to develop over the period of time with your team. You evolve with your team with every
Exactly.
project.
Yeah.
So it is the time bound process. Slowly and steadily it happens. You as a project manager and your team as a team.
Yeah. And my experience sometime like when there are two, three good people in the teams, and when they start
Hmm.
doing and start demonstrating the good work, and that influence
Exactly.
rest of the team members and it get the work done. Do you face
Exactly. Right, Nipal. So I'll tell my personal experience. Recently, one of our project got successfully delivered, and I sent a congratulatory, not only an email but also individual, praises to every team member who was contributing to the success of that project, and everybody with whom I sent that applause was so overwhelmed and thanked me with the bottom of their heart, because people try to uh, identify the problems, but when you solve them or when you try to praise them, they don't come that very often. People don't applause very often. So that is
okay?
why when I praised them, they were so overwhelmed and thanked me that it doesn't happen too often, and you praised it, and it means a lot for us. So I think as a project manager, that also is very important for you to constantly keep praising your team for doing the good work that they are doing.
Yeah, I completely acknowledge. Basically, you are saying recognize and reward.
Yes, recognize, yeah, recognize them at their efforts, or else they feel, oh, we are just keep on working and nobody is recognizing our efforts. It's futile. It should not happen that. They should be over the period of time keep on motivating them for their good work that they are doing.
Yeah, very valid point. Let's move to the probably slightly last part of our conversations, right?
Hmm.
I mean, it is very difficult for any professionals today, considering a lot of engagement that we have, uh, both in the personal front and of course the professional front as well. So, as a project,
Hmm.
how to manage this personal life and project management life? I want from you.
Okay. Uh, so for me, my personal life, of course, is my joint family and my daughter, my husband. And managing my professional and personal life for me will be dedicating the free time, the personal time effectively. Now, what I mean by effectively, I mean, after my work hours are completed, I make it a point that the time I have for my daughter, for my husband, I am not distracted with any other thing, whether it is mobile or whether it is any other phone calls. I'm not distracted with any. I have to dedicate that time to them and for their benefit, so that they feel valued and they feel contributed. Yes, mama and or my wife is actually being with us whatever time, personal time they have. So I make sure that the weekends, especially the weekends, and also the off work hours, I'm completely with them, helping with her studies or playing with her. And also the vacations, I make it a point that I make full utilization of that vacation. So this is how I manage my personal life, and it is very important for you to, because you yourself is the biggest project. I heard this actually from Tausif Hassan, our own Tausif Hassan, that you are your biggest project, and if you are not completing your own project effectively and successfully, then it is no point in delivering other projects which is outside. So yeah, you need to have drive that successful.
Yeah, very
So
good.
thanks, Tausif.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, it's very true. Even for each of us, this managing the personal life becoming very challenged, right? Of course, the industry demands the lifelong learning because that is how uh, somebody told in the last conversation the knowledge, the lifespan of the knowledge is very short in today, and
Hmm.
to uh, continuously become a knowledgeable resource in the industry, we have to learn continuously. There is no other way, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, and of course, along with this lifelong learning initiative, we should also have a personal life balance. And I remember one thing, and I would love to share with you as well. That Swami Vivekananda says that in order to become a very happy life and peaceful life, we should have four uh, areas to focus. One is work engagement, second is
Hmm.
work-life balance, and third is social life, and fourth is spiritual life. When he says spiritual, he does not mean that we should go for somewhere mountain and do meditations. He said spiritual
Hmm.
should we should able to create a positive impact in the society. And one more good important thing what he told is these four areas like a four wheels of a car. If
Hmm.
any one wheels is get more powerful or weaker, the car becomes
Hmm.
right.
Yes, absolutely.
So I try to remember and I try to follow as much as possible, but it's sometimes we distracted by many things. That is different story. But I think these are the four areas we should, if we are able to give importance equally, our life become beautiful.
Absolutely right. I agree with you completely, 200%, Nripa.
Yeah. So I think the last part probably do you want to share some of these key messages to our upcoming student communities or emerging leaders from project management or leadership point of view?
So those who are looking for project management as a career, I would say this is a fantastic career that you can look forward for, because you are constantly learning and you are constantly creating new changes. So you are the heart and soul of any project. So it's a very good career, and over the period of time, it is going to grow leaps and bounds. In 2026, the volumes, the market share, the market size of project management will be huge. Rather, 5 years down the line, it will be almost $9.4 billion, and it is amazing. So it is a very good career that you can choose. Start your PMP certification, gain some experience, and it will be a fantastic journey for all of you. Because it is said, if you drive a project without a project manager, it is like trying to win a football game without a game plan. So every project will require a project manager, and you can be the next good project manager if you want to drive that thing and take it as a career path. You surely should do that.
Yeah, I think point noted. I'm very sure our audience will take your entire conversation positively and get some value out of this. So it is,
Yes.
I uh, like to thank you from my bottom of my heart for your valuable time and insight. And we look forward to
Thank you, Vipa.
this kind of conversation and try to create some positive impact in the society. Thank you.
Thank you, Nipa, for this opportunity. Thank you for calling me.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.